Brokenness is different for many people. Everybody lives a life that's inside their head. We all have almost like a camera view. Like if you think about it right now and you're sitting here, you don't see yourself with your own eyes. You see yourself in a reflection in a mirror. You live this life that's inside, and your arms and your eyes and the way you process things, an extension of how you receive signals from the world and how you receive messages to whether you're good enough or you're not good enough or comparatively. And that's one of the things about brokenness. Brokenness is a shattered cycle that continues to allow us to spin our tires in the mud, basically. And if we don't take a look at brokenness and we don't break it down for ourselves, then we can find ourselves in a really bad, consistent spot where we just cannot get enough light in order to kind of see the future of what we're doing. So brokenness comes in many forms. I can give lots of examples about how I've seen brokenness play out over many, many years. I've dealt with many, many broken people, once being broken myself. And brokenness is such a hard word to describe yourself as, because it requires you to admit that there isn't something that's running properly. We might walk around and we might know, we see statements on Facebook where people say, oh, I'm crazy, I'm this, I'm that, but at the end of the day, you're not crazy, you're broken. And when we explore our brokenness, it allows us to be able to pick up little pieces and put some glue on it and put them back together, and just try to mend those areas of your life. One of the things that you have to do when you're experiencing brokenness and you're aware of the fact that you act out of these broken situations in your life and it becomes self-defeating, what I normally do is I'll put stuff down on paper. Now, I'm not saying that, if I make a nice long list, that my life is going to be fine and I'm going to learn how to do A, B, and C. This is a process of retraining yourself in a world that is giving us constant messages of just really being against us. We might not see it as being against us, but a lot of the messages that we receive just from simply watching television can give us messages that disqualify us from being able to be good enough. Or you think of something as simple as, when I look at college, commercials for colleges. And, I've been to college, I've done the whole college thing many times, I've been successful, I've failed different areas, I've gone after goals that I did not succeed on. And I watch the commercials and I see how much promise there is in those things. And, life is full of promise. Life is full of beautiful and great things. And every day we're watching those things tell us what's going to make us happy, what's going to make us complete, if we can only get a good job, we'll have money and then we'll be happy. But brokenness is not about whether you have stuff or don't have stuff. Brokenness is about a heart condition. And if we're so lost within ourselves and our own brokenness, there's no way that we could possibly set out a healthy course for us unless we start making some goals and make some positive changes and turning around some of the things that we've learned and forcing ourselves to be more accountable and to try to do things on a good character-driven basis. It's something that I do, and it's only because I've had people that have mentored me and shown me that this is the way. You need to walk in it. Like, just test it out. For those of you that know me know that I have a great faith, and I know that a lot of people don't believe in God, and that's completely fine. That's your own personal preference. But I know that I, in my faith, have been strengthened in many areas by many people just by having some hope and believing in something greater than myself. And even when I didn't believe it and I tried to put it to the test in order to make me say, I'm going to prove this thing wrong, I wasn't able to prove it wrong. Because once I put it into motion, which goes basically like with anything, once I put those things in motion, I start to learn how to become a more complete individual by learning about compassion and learning about why people do the things that they do, and ultimately not only forgiving yourself, but forgiving others, which can be very, very difficult. And I'll address that in the next section as far as forgiveness is concerned. Thanks.